Developing a growth mindset. Viewing challenges as opportunities. Introduction. The modern world imposes ever-increasing demands on individuals. The rapid pace of change, technological development, professional competition, and personal crises all require people not only to be flexible, but also to be able to cope with challenges. More and more often, psychologists, coaches, and personal development experts emphasize the importance of a growth mindset as a key factor for personal and professional success. At the heart of this concept lies the ability to perceive difficulties, not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth, learning, and self-realization. Chapter 1. What is a growth mindset? The concept of a growth mindset was introduced by American psychologist Carol Dweck in the late 20th century. In her book Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, Dweck contrasts two types of thinking, a fixed mindset and a growth. Mindset people with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities and talents are innate and unchangeable. They avoid difficulties and fear failure because any defeat is perceived as proof of their limitations. In contrast, people with a growth mindset believe that their intellectual abilities, skills, and talents can be developed through effort, determination, and the right strategies. They see difficulties as a chance to become better and stronger. Chapter 2. The psychological foundations of a growth mindset. The psychology of a growth mindset is based on several fundamental principles. Neuroplasticity. Modern neuroscientific research has shown that the human brain remains plastic throughout life. This means that we can learn and adapt at any age. Self-efficacy. Albert Bandura's theory of self-efficacy emphasizes that belief in one's own ability to overcome difficulties is directly linked to success in real life. People who believe they can handle a task are more likely to persist and achieve success. Goal-oriented motivation, an important feature of a growth mindset, is focusing on the process rather than the outcome. This allows individuals to concentrate on continuous learning and self-improvement rather than being afraid of failure. Chapter 3. The nature of challenges and their role in development. Challenges are an inevitable part of every person's life. They can take many forms: professional setbacks, relationship issues, financial crises, internal doubts. However, it is precisely these challenges that serve as catalysts for growth. Why are challenges important? First, they reveal our weak points. When everything goes smoothly, a person rarely thinks about the need for change. It is only when faced with challenges that we begin to seek new ways of solving problems. Second, challenges build perseverance. Each time we overcome obstacles, we become more resilient to stress and more confident in our abilities. Third, challenges stimulate creativity. In non-standard situations, people are forced to look for original approaches, which fosters the development of creative thinking. Chapter 4. How to develop a growth mindset. Developing a growth mindset is not a one-time event, but a systematic process of self-work. There are several practical steps that can help change how we perceive difficulties and foster a positive attitude toward them. Become aware of your beliefs. The first step is self-observation. Pay attention to your thoughts when facing difficulties. Do you often think, "I can't handle this. This is too hard for me. I'm not cut out for this"? These are signs of a fixed mindset. Start noticing such patterns and consciously replace them with positive affirmations like, "I can learn this. Challenges make me stronger." Change your attitude towards mistakes. People with a fixed mindset view mistakes as failures. People with a growth mindset see mistakes as opportunities to gain valuable experience. Start analyzing your mistakes from the perspective of, what is this teaching me? And how can I do better next time? Focus on the process instead of obsessing over the result. Learn to enjoy the process of learning and development itself. Foster curiosity. Ask questions. Explore new things. Surround yourself with a supportive environment. Your environment plays a huge role in developing a growth mindset. Try to interact with people who inspire you, who support your desire to grow, and who are not afraid to step out of their comfort zones. Cultivate perseverance. Perseverance is the foundation of a growth mindset. To develop it, use the small steps method. Break large tasks into smaller, manageable steps and complete them consistently. Chapter 5. Examples of viewing challenges as opportunities. History is full of examples where challenges became a turning point in a person's life and a springboard to great achievements. Thomas Edison. Once, when a journalist asked Edison how he felt about thousands of failures while inventing the light bulb, the inventor replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." For Edison, every failure was a step toward success. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of giving up, he trained diligently and turned his weaknesses into strengths. J.K. Rowling, before publishing Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling was in a difficult situation: loneliness, depression, poverty. Her manuscript was rejected by multiple publishers, but she did not give up and became one of the most successful authors in history. These examples illustrate that challenges can mark not the end but the beginning of a new, more successful life. Chapter 6. Challenges in the professional sphere. A path to career growth. Professional. Challenges are often perceived as stressful situations. However, for people with a growth mindset, they serve as a springboard for career growth. What should you keep in mind in a professional setting? Don't be afraid to go beyond your comfort zone. It is tasks that push you beyond your usual limits that foster rapid professional growth. Ask for feedback. Even negative feedback is a source of growth. It helps identify blind spots and address them. Take on ambitious challenges. The more complex the task, the more opportunities there are to learn something new. Develop cross-functional skills. Become a well-rounded specialist. This increases your adaptability in the job market and provides a competitive advantage. Chapter. Viewing difficulties in personal life. Personal life challenges are often accompanied by emotional pain. But even in these situations, a growth mindset helps to change the perception of what is happening. Conflicts in relationships can become a growth point for both parties if approached with openness and a willingness to change. Personal. Failures help reevaluate priorities, understand true desires, and reconsider strategies for achieving goals. Identity crises often lead to deep life reassessments and reaching a new level of self-awareness. Chapter 8. The role of upbringing. In developing a growth mindset, childhood plays a key role in shaping the type of mindset. Studies show that children who are praised not for innate abilities, "You're so smart," but for effort and persistence, "You worked hard, and it paid off," are more likely to develop a growth mindset. Parents and educators should follow these principles. Encourage children to explore and make mistakes. Mistakes are not punished but analyzed as learning opportunities. Demonstrate personal commitment to growth. Foster a love of the learning process, not just results. Encourage healthy competition and a culture of effort. Chapter 9. Practical. Techniques to strengthen a growth mindset. Keep a growth journal. Every day, record what you learned, what challenges you faced, and how you overcame them. Use the if-then technique. Create a personal action plan for setbacks. If I don't pass the exam the first time, then I will analyze my mistakes and prepare better. Use positive affirmations. Examples. I can learn anything I need. Mistakes make me stronger. Every challenge brings me closer to success. Regular reflection. Summarize your week with questions like, where did I show persistence? What difficulty did I overcome? What did failures teach me this week? Chapter 10. Long-term benefits of a growth mindset. Higher resilience to stress. Better adaptation to change. Higher levels of life satisfaction. More successful professional careers. Deeper and more mindful personal relationships. Conclusion: a growth mindset is not an innate quality but a skill that can be consciously developed. Challenges are inevitable, but they are precisely what make us stronger, wiser, and more successful. By viewing challenges as opportunities, individuals unlock endless horizons of personal and professional growth. The most important thing to remember is, Failures are not the end of the road, but an essential part of it, a stepping stone to new heights.